All right, we're going live today. And today I'll be doing a live commentary and stream for Fallen Down. Today marks the 30th anniversary of Fallen Down. And I figured why not do a live commentary and stream? It's my favorite Michael Douglas film. So that I rented the film and I have it ready right here. But I'm not going to start yet. I'll wait for some people to come in. Yeah, this is I didn't know it was coming up. I mean, like I didn't know today was going to be the 30th anniversary. So this stream is totally unplanned, but why not? So for the one person that's watching, I haven't started the film yet. Like I said, I'll wait for a few people to come in and we'll give it maybe 20 or 30 minutes here. So the idea of doing this commentary is totally unplanned. We got Neopunk. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is my favorite Michael Douglas film. I mean, there's a few films that I love that he did. Black Rain is up there. Romance in the Stone, Fatal Attraction, The Game. That's a great one too. Love The Game. And that could be in my top 3 of Michael Douglas films. Coma. Coma's another good one that not a lot of people talk about now, but yeah, Coma's a good film. But this film, I remember picking up the VHS. Like somebody had a yard sale and they were selling some VHS tapes. And I'm going to guess it must have been, back in the early 2000s that I saw this film. And this is when I still had a VCR. And I bought the tape, for like, 50 cents from a yard sale. And, didn't know anything about the film, watched it, and loved it. And I had the DVD somewhere. Like the DVD is like in a 4-pack with other Michael Douglas films. Yeah, Coma. So the 4-pack that I have of Michael Douglas films has Coma. It also has Fallen Down. I think Perfect Stranger and Disclosure. Yeah, Disclosure. That's another good Michael Douglas film. No way it would be made today. But that's a good movie. Definitely underrated. But yeah. And I have the novelization right there. So, yeah, Michael Douglas is a great actor. This film right here would be my favorite, and I would say behind that is Black Rain. Hey, Scotty. So we got Scotty so far. We got Neopunk. Like I said, I haven't started the film yet. I'm just kind of waiting for a few people to come in here first, or in the chat. That is, like I have the movie ready right here, so maybe in about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Yeah, Coma. That's a good movie. Perfect Murder. I remember watching it. I don't remember anything about the film. And yeah, this is a Matt Thomas. Yeah, Studio Red Band is. He's not joining up, but he was sending me an article. A Perfect Murder. I don't remember much about it. I have to go back and rewatch that one. Basic Instinct. That's a really good movie. I mean, it's not my favorite Paul Verhoeven film, but it's a really good film. I mean, what everybody remembers about that is that one scene, but it's still a good movie. Oh, no problem. Yeah, this was totally unplanned, Scotty. Like I saw today was the 30th anniversary of Falling Down, and I figured, why not do a live commentary, kind of impromptu? Um, because I think the film is like almost 2 hours. But yeah, so yeah, I was just kind of sitting around. I'm like, why not do another commentary stream? And frame by frame, if you're watching again, thank you again for the paid request, and I'll be working on that definitely this week, and I want to get that done for you as soon as possible. Um, and I know that Fabio has been through the K through 12 experience, Rambaraf as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It may drive me to drink, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some similarities there. Um, but I would say between the two, I think Falling Down is better because I'm more of a Michael Douglas fan. But Joker's really good too. I need to get some new headphones. Like I really need to get some new ones. Not that these are going bad, but I would like to maybe either have some earbuds or you know um, a better headset because this I've had for a while. But so we'll wait. I'll wait. About maybe 1:15. So yeah, that is my dryer going off. Thoughts on people that say that Marvel films make them cry and make them feel a certain emotion? To each his own. I mean, Kevin Smith. I know he cries at everything that he reacts to. I thought I mean, I know this is not Marvel related, but I swear, um, there was a picture of like Kevin Smith crying and reacting to Bill and Ted 3. I mean, look, I understand if people get emotional, but over Marvel films, I mean, geez. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Sam. Yeah, like I said, I haven't started the film yet. I have it right here ready, and I'll start in about 15 minutes here. But yeah, yeah, Ant-Man 3. I cried. I was crying because I wish it was over. Nah, I'm playing, but I mean, the state of the MCU would make any Marvel fan cry nowadays. Really, someone tried to philosophize. I can't even talk right. Philosophy class. You brought up Marvel films. Whatever. There's no. Yeah, I wonder what was their logic or what was their philosophy when it comes to She-Hulk twerking. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that classroom to see them trying to philosophize. I can't even say the word right. I get so tongue tied, but She Hulk twerking. I want to see. Yeah, there's a lot of philosophy there. Uh, I would have. I am surprised. Like Neopunk, I'm very surprised that you didn't like. Did you say anything during that, or I would have like walked out of the classroom. That's just me. Yeah, even David Lynch movies are more have more philosophy than a Marvel film. I mean, you should have, brought a copy of Blue Velvet to the class, and their heads would explode. Like those movies, like I could see with those movies, there's meanings, there's more to it. I mean, again, what exactly about the state of Marvel now that made them want to bring that up in philosophy class? When you got She Hulk twerking, you got, Modoc, you know, you got Fat Thor, you got, Hulk serving breakfast Doritos. Not Doritos, but burritos. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. That's why I stick to a lot of old classic movies, like this one that I'm about to watch. And if you have the film at home, and if you want to like watch along, I'll do like a countdown. Now you won't be able to hear the film. I had the volume down real low. Um, but if you have the film at home, and if you want to try to, watch along, I'll do a countdown and then I'll hit play and try to, sync up your movie with on my end. But now, what did he say though? Like, what was his logic or whatever? I would like to know what the guy said. Next time, if you could try. And I don't mean to make fun of the guy, but I mean, Jesus. I mean, I don't get that. Yeah, you need. I got the film like in a DVD set that has like four other, no, three other Michael Douglas films because there's Coma, A Perfect Murder, and what's the other one? Disclosure. It's like in a four pack. I don't have the film on Blu-ray. I need to pick it up on Blu-ray. Um, but yeah, so I had the DVD, but I figured why not, rent it here. It was on Amazon for like $3. Let's look at that movie news here. Yeah, Coma's a good movie. I think it was directed by Michael Crichton that did Jurassic Park, the books. But I remember watching that, and that's a good movie. Like even Disclosure. Like there's no way they would make that film today. But I do enjoy that movie, and I have the book. over there somewhere. But I don't know if Neopunk is still here in the chat. I would like to know what the guy said about the MCU. Like as soon as he started talking, you should have mentioned like, what about She-Hulk twerking and and all that stuff. I mean, I did enjoy the first three Captain America movies, and out of, I would say those are the best as far as like Captain America having his own movies. Because the Iron Man sequels, I'm not too big on. The Thor sequels, I mean, Thor Ragnarok is okay, but that to me is where things got worse. So, I mean, I did enjoy Civil War, but because I like the actors involved, but it's not something that I would have brought up in philosophy class. I mean, I can understand if you want to mention or bring up and discuss Stanley Kubrick or the work of Spielberg or um, David Lynch, David Fincher, all these other directors and other films. But for a lot of the people out there that are big MCU fans, and there's been some movies that I've enjoyed, but it's not the end all be all. And here's something for people out there that are kind of stuck in that world. There was actually movies that existed before 2008. I'm just saying. But anyways, I know I'm getting on. I know I'm going off on a different tangent here, and I haven't started the commentary yet. Yeah, I love all of those directors. I mean, that's it. I don't want to keep on picking on the guy, but it's just there's better examples. I'll just say that. But let's see here. But yeah, at some point this week, I got to pick a night to do K through 12 reaction and commentary. I look forward to that. Rocky 3 and 4 reviews. I've written down notes. So I'll be working on those here very soon. Let me see here. Yeah, I got the movie right here ready. To be fair to the guy, there's a wait. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of what they're doing now with the Marvel films and the MCU is everything has to be political and have agendas within the story. Which, thank God, it seems like now they're starting to realize, hey, we're, what are we doing? I mean, Because Ant-Man 3, I mean, it wasn't woke or any of that. It was just lame. And it's underperforming. And I mean, Guardians 3 comes out this year. It might be good. Um, Craven the Hunter. I don't look forward to that. And I know there's one more coming out. I forgot. Because you have there may be, I think there's like 3 or 4 comic movies coming out this year. Yeah, Guardians 3, Craven the Hunter. Yeah. Yeah, thank God, because if he would have mentioned Thor Love and Thunder, I would have stopped him right there. But to each his own. All right. So, it's 10 after 1 right now. So I'll go ahead and. Are you guys ready? I'm going to start playing the movie. I'll do a little countdown and hit play, and we'll go from there for the 2 people that are watching. Again, you won't be able to hear the film because I have it turned down real low. But let me do a little sound test. Okay. All right. Everything is good. All right. So if you guys are ready, do you guys want me to go ahead and start? All right. So we have 5 people now watching. I'll wait. Okay. I'll wait 5 more minutes and then we'll start. Okay. We'll wait. Okay. I'll wait 5 more minutes in case if more people start to chime in. And then we'll start. And I was just looking at movie news here. So 5 more minutes. We'll start at 1:17 p.m. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Oh, no, it's no problem. I understand. But thank you for leaving a comment. Yeah, like I said, this commentary wasn't really planned. I just thought about doing it. I was just kind of sitting around. I figured, why not? Ah, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, and for the people that tuned in last night to the stream with me and Matt, yeah, that was fun. It was fun catching up with Matt for a little bit, and we'll plan a big hangout for March. So I'll give you guys plenty of heads up for the hangout, and we'll get a few people in there. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so tired. If they want to, I mean, with Ramblerath, I mean, I know he gets quite busy and stuff with the paid requests. So I do talk to him. I actually, when all that went down with this channel, I reached out to him and I sent him a message, just saying, hey, hang in there, and I hope you stick around. Don't leave YouTube quite yet. Um, Fabio, I don't really know his schedule. We talk once in a while, and I know he gets a little bit busy and stuff, but I would love for Fabio to come in, or Matt, or both. Um, both are really good guys up here, great friends of mine. Let's see here. Okay, so 2 minutes. We'll start. And I'm gonna grab me a water real fast, and then by the time I get back, we'll kick this thing off. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I got some. I'm being lazy today. All right, so all right, we'll go ahead and kick this puppy off here. You guys ready? We'll do a little countdown. And let me move the movie over here. Yeah, they are. So it's not my car keys. It's the I don't know why I've always like sometimes when I leave the house, I'll lock the office door. I'm just paranoid like that. But I mean, I've stopped doing that because you know, yeah, I just but those are for the doorknob. They're not like uh my car keys or anything. This is my car key right here. Oh, but yeah. So, but those keys have been in that doorknob for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. But yeah. So we'll go ahead and yeah, definitely. So I'm going to one in May. It's like a little small horror convention, and then in July there's one in Raleigh that I'll be going to. So definitely. Oh no. But okay, so we'll start this movie here. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. No, Raleigh. No, Raleigh is there's a convention in Raleigh, and that's like a big sort of like Comic Con type thing. I mean, it's still a little bit early. Like, I mean, they've announced a few people, but I'm waiting to, for more people to be announced. Directed by Joe Schumacher. It's too bad too because with Joe Schumacher, uh, first off, rest in peace to Joe Schumacher. But for the longest time, the guy, because he directed Batman and Robin, that's all people talked about. And for the longest time, that's all people, thought about when it comes to Joe Schumacher. But the guy was a great director. He also did The Lost Boys, Flatliners, this movie, 8mm, good movie. He's a great director. When's Scarefest? But I miss Joe Schumacher. Very talented director. I love The Lost Boys, Falling Down, solid. I mean, Flatliners is solid. Falling Down, this is a classic. But I mean, there's no way they would make this film today because it would be very problematic. In October, okay. Yeah, I mean, there was a convention in February, like this past weekend, I wanted to go to, but I just didn't have time. Yeah, Flatliners is underrated. I love that bumper sticker. I don't know if I would say Flatliners is teen horror. It's more like maybe a medical horror film or medical drama with a little bit of horror. But I mean, if that film is a great cast. You have Kevin Bacon and Julia Roberts, Oliver Platt. Um, yeah, Flatliners, which I know they did a remake and I didn't watch, but yeah, Flatliners. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray or not, but I need to pick it up on Blu-ray if it is. I mean, already right here, Michael Douglas is losing it in traffic. Yeah, like I said earlier, I remember buying this film on VHS from like a yard sale for like 50 cents. And when I watched it, and I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, supernatural thriller. That's more, yeah, that's probably how what I would describe it. Supernatural, kind of like a medical thriller, medical psychological movie. But there are some supernatural elements that I forget about because the whole point is, they want to experience the afterlife. So it is. Hey, June Bug in the house. Yeah, I just started the commentary for Falling Down. I'm like 5 minutes in, 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Robert Duvall is talking to the police officer about the car being left in traffic. Robert Duvall, great actor. I think shortly before this, he had done Days of Thunder, and I don't know what else he had done. I mean, Days of Thunder came out in '90, but I'm not sure what he did in '91 or '92. Hey, Mecha G, how's it going? But can you just imagine what filming? I mean, I haven't really looked at you know the trivia much for this movie here, but can you imagine what it must have been like around this time, filming this in LA around this time period? Yeah, it's a great movie. Robert Duvall will play Joseph Stalin. Okay, I didn't know about that. Well, let me see what Robert Duvall. I said I know he done Days of Thunder. Yeah, Lonesome Dove, which is a good miniseries. And he's still around too. I know he's up there. He's in his 90s, but he's still, acting once in a while, which is great. Yeah, Stalin was before this. Right after Falling Down, he did Geronimo, which I have the DVD over there. Um, but between Days of Thunder and this movie, he did The Newsies, which I've heard about but I haven't seen. A year later, he did The Paper. Yeah, you could say that. I bet you Kevin Bacon, he had to been in his 30s. You saw this in the theater? I'm jealous. Yeah, Robert Duvall's 93. And now we're at the scene where Michael Douglas is in the store. And I recognized the clerk. He was, I forgot the actor's name, but he was Data's father in the Goonies. And I want to get this guy's name, but I've seen him in other stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, Michael Paul Chan. Michael Paul Chan. He was in Batman Forever. He had a bit part. Yeah, he was Data's father in the Goonies. He was in Spy Game. And he's still working today. 85 cents. Which now, like I got a canned drink a while ago from the store. It was like, it was kind of tall, like a Coke Zero, and it was still $2, almost $2 for a canned soda. I mean, it was a little bit taller than a ordinary canned soda, but still. I'm not Chinese. I'm Korean. That's why this film would never be made today. It's such a great movie, but you look at the society we live in and the world that we live in now. If this movie came out today, people's heads would explode. Now, the person who wrote this film is Abby Rose Smith. Now, this person, I'm just looking at, they're more of an actor. This Eb Rose Smith, but he's been in some stuff. Yeah, 75 cents is cheap. If this movie came out today, people would try to cancel and cry about it. Oh my God, evil white guy is killing people. Wah! Yeah. Nothing I couldn't believe because I bought it from a gas station and a candy bar and Dr. Pepper cost me $5. There you go. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Social media has ruined society. Aspirin price $3.40 for aspirin in 1993. Yeah, this is the part where he's going over the prices. AA batteries, package of four, 429. I don't know. Have has batteries changed that much? I mean, for a packet of four, like a pack of four AA's is still like $5. Yeah, but we never act out on it. You know, that's the thing. I mean, uh, we complain about the prices and stuff, but we're not going around with bats and smashing up, the 7-Elevens or whatever. Yeah. Now I think like batteries, like a pack of four AA's, you're still going to pay like $5-6. And now we're in the scene where Robert Duvall is in the police station. Yeah, has cat litter in his desk. Now one of the detectives here is played by D.W. Moffat, and he was in Traffic, Friday Night Lights. He's been in quite a few stuff. Yeah, Michael Douglas considers this his favorite performance of all time. Just going over the trivia a little bit here. Every studio in Hollywood turned down Eb Rose Smith's script. The producer was getting to the stage of considering cable television when Michael Douglas came across the script and pronounced it one of the best he's ever read. Interesting. Okay, the movie was shot in locations in Linwood, California, when the '92 LA riots began. By April 30th, the riots were sufficiently disruptive to force filming to stop early that day. Film crews produced more footage inside of Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank as the riots continued. And by May 4th, when the crew intended to resume in Pasadena, initial requests to do so were denied, causing delays. And the tension around the riots was something that the filmmakers deemed to have an effect on the finished film. Interesting. The thing that makes me mad now is when I went to Burger King, got a Whopper and fries, Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I mean, no matter where you get food, you're going to drop like 10, 12 bucks. Like, even this morning, I went to McDonald's, and, usually their drinks are, a dollar, any size, and now they're not a dollar anymore. I've noticed that, like, even, a meal at Bojangles, it's went up a dollar. I mean, but that's everywhere. Now, Robert Duvall's wife here, she's the one part of the film that I'm not too big on. Um, this actress here, yeah, Tuesday Weld, and she's still around. She had done some films, like Thief and Once Upon a Time in America. But she's the one character in the film here that I felt was a bit annoying. Whenever Robert Duvall would be on the phone with with his wife, I would say that's the one weak part of the film here. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to do now is, cut back on picking up dinner or, whatever. Because every time you're going to go out, you're going to spend 8, 9, 10 bucks. And if you add that up throughout the whole week, that's what? Over 40, 50 bucks a week. Yeah, I mean, she's the one character here, the one part of this movie that I'm not a fan of. And I think her character was just a bit, actually not a bit. She's annoying. I mean, the way her character would and I'm talking about the character, of course. But, Robert Duvall's character, he's one day away from retiring. She wants him home every time that he calls her. So now we're getting into the scene where he's in the park, and a couple of gang members are coming. Yeah, they're approaching Michael Douglas right now. Says all that. Ant-Man 3 dropped 70% this weekend. Disney might dump this film to Disney Plus. Yeah, it's inevitable. This is your gangland, right? It's a gangland thing. We're having a territorial dispute. I've wandered into your pissing ground, or whatever the damn thing is. Such a great scene. And I thought the first time when I saw this movie, I'm like, those two guys are going to beat him up. I mean, he got away with smashing up the store, but these gang members are going to let him, they're going to stomp a moto and Michael Douglas. I was for sure the first time I watched this movie, and I'm like, oh. I mean, even like in reality, even if this guy, if the in reality, if you come across these two guys, even if you had a bat, um, I don't think you would get away easy. And the guy has a butterfly knife too. So, I mean, if you saw an ordinary guy with a bat in a park and gets confronted by two gang members with a butterfly knife, like I said, even if you had a bat, um, I mean, you can swing your bat around, but I don't think you're going to walk away without getting beat up a little bit. I'm just saying, if it was some ordinary white guy, like I'm surprised, more gang members didn't come out of the woodwork in this scene. Like it's just only two. Yeah, you could say that. Have Michael Douglas become Charles Bronson from Death Wish 3 and wipe out the gangsters. Yeah, that'd be cool. Imagine that. Yeah, now you have the scene where Robert Duvall is talking to Mr. Lee in the police station. And this detective here, Detective Brian, is played by Steve Park. And he was in Fargo. He was in Do the Right Thing. So, hmm. A legacy sequel to Fallen Down. I don't know if I would see that now. I mean, the way the film ended, that would never happen. But I mean, can you just imagine if Michael Douglas's character came across Paul Kersey, like if they're both, roaming through LA and they meet each other? LA better watch out. The guy took my baseball bat. D-Fens. He stole your baseball bat and they pay for the soda. Yeah, it's definitely relevant today. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe this film is now 30 years old. I mean, when this film came out, I was, what, 3 or 4? But thank you for dropping in, Daniel. My top five Tim Burton films: Batman. Then after that, I would say Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, and Ed Wood. Yeah, Ed Wood's a great movie. Now his wife here is played by Barbara Hershey, and she's been in a lot of stuff. and she's kind of hot in this movie, I have to admit. Yeah, she was in Black Swan. She's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, she's been acting for a long time. Barbara Hershey. And I at the scene where Michael Douglas is on a payphone talking to his wife. But let me go back to the trivia here for a minute. All right, so for the role of Michael Douglas's character here, there were a lot of other actors that were considered, such as Jack Nicholson, Ed Harris, Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, Jeff Bridges, Nick Nolte. Maybe that would have been interesting. Mel Gibson, Michael Keaton, Robin Williams. And that would have been interesting too. Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino. They were all considered for the Michael Douglas's character. And I still wonder to this day. So the scene here where the gang members are shooting up the stores and stuff. They're trying to kill Michael Douglas. Like, how did he not get shot? You know, that's the one thing. Like, I mean, unless they're really bad at aiming, but I'm amazed that Michael Douglas didn't get shot in this scene here. Everybody else got shot. I mean, you look at people on the sidewalk here with wounds and stuff. A couple of other people got shot, but Michael Douglas, uh, it's a little surprising that he didn't get hit in the gunfire. Yeah, thank God Alec Baldwin did not play this character. So the Korean American Coalition protested the film for its treatment of minorities, as well as the South Korean grocer. Because of this and the boycott threats that followed, this movie was banned in South Korea. And it was director Joe Schumacher's idea for the crew cut that Michael Douglas has in this movie, combined with the glasses that he wears. He was almost unrecognizable. Now, for the role of Robert Duvall's character, they considered Gene Hackman, which that would have been cool. Walter Matthau, Sidney Poitier, Paul Newman, Jason Robards, and Jack Lemmon. I could have seen Gene Hackman because that would have been cool. Imagine Michael Douglas and Gene Hackman. But this actor here, the chief, is played by Raymond J. Barry, which the year before he was in Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee. Um, I think the only Charles Bronson films that I own are the first four Death Wish movies. I don't have Death Wish 5, but I would like to pick that up. And there's other Charles Bronson films that I would like to pick up as well. Um, I mean, 10 to Midnight, that's a great movie, but I don't have it currently. But I would love to pick that up, and so much more. Um, but I'm a fan of Charles Bronson. But getting back to this actor, Raymond J. Barry, he was also in Training Day. He was in The Ref that he did a year later, and he's still acting, like he's still around. I remember he was in Cool Runnings. He was one of the officials. He was one of the officials in the film. But Raymond J. Barry, he's been around for a while. Again, he's one of those guys that you know you've seen, and you'd be like, okay, I know that guy. He was in this movie and that movie. Was he in Sudden Death with Van Damme? I keep thinking that maybe he was. I have to look at IMDb here. Yeah, he was the vice president in Sudden Death. Yeah, I just remembered that. I'm like, wasn't he in Sudden Death as well? So he was. Yeah, I looked it up on IMDb to confirm that. I'm like, I know he was in Sudden Death, but great actor. He was in Cop with James Woods. Funny enough, I saw that movie back in December. That's a really good movie. I forgot he was in that. But yeah, Cop is a great movie. That ending's insane. And as far as the time mark, we're at 33 minutes and 5 seconds. Yeah, Michael Douglas is just looking around. Let me go back to the trivia here. Yeah, I forgot. Oh man, yeah, Powers Booth. He was great in Sudden Death as the villain, and both of them did Rapid Fire. Yeah, both are great movies. Great '90s action movies. Now, as far as the IMDb rating, this film has a 7.6. I mean, to me, it's a. I'm trying to think what I would give this film out of 5 stars. I would say for me, it's like a 4.5 star movie. Like it's an excellent film. It's a classic. So, I could say 9 out of 10. Like for me, this is like a 9 out of 10 movie. It's an excellent film, but and this is a scene here where the cop is talking to Michael Douglas's wife, and I know I've seen this guy too somewhere before. This police officer here. Like I've seen him before in other movies. Yeah, Raymond J. Barry is an underrated actor. You know, a lot of times he's playing. It seems like in a lot of films he's playing, some kind of police chief or some kind of government official or those types. And I love the score too. Like I don't know who did the score here. Let me see who did the score. James Newton Howard. Yeah, he provided the score. Okay, hey, Wild Man. Yeah, I've never seen Born on the Fourth of July, but I forgot. Yeah, I mean, I do have the DVD, but that's one of those films that I still have to watch. Yeah, Raymond J. Barry. Like I said, he's been a lot of stuff. And now we're at the scene where the bum is talking to Michael Douglas. They're in the park. Um, I mean, that's up to you, Wild Man. I mean, right now I'm at the like I'm kind of in the around the 38-minute mark in the movie. I mean, I don't know if you have the movie or what have you, but I don't. Now you're going to make me look. I'm on IMDb right now, and I'm looking at his filmography. So I'm. Let me see here. James Newton Howard. Um, no, he didn't do Marked for Death, but in 1990 he did Pretty Woman, and then fast forward a little bit, he did Dickstown. He did the music for Alive, The Fugitive, I believe, Major League Two, Outbreak. Yeah, yeah, that literally just happened. Wow, man, he just threw the apple at Michael Douglas, and now we're at the scene where they're interrogating the girl that was with the gang that shot up the phone booth. Now, one of the other detectives here is played by, oh man, what's her name? Kimberly Scott. She was in The Abyss as One Night, that character One Night. And Joe Schumacher would actually use her quite a bit because I think she appeared in Batman Forever in like one scene where she's talking to Val Kilmer, Bruce Wayne. She's been in quite a few stuff. Kimberly Scott. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Robert Duvall is great. This could be my favorite Robert Duvall performance. Now, this detective here, Detective Sanchez, is played by Richard Montoya. And Richard Montoya, he was in Nacho Libre and some other stuff. Yeah. As a matter of fact, in Batman and Robin, her and Michael Paul Chan were in that one scene in the third act where they were on top of the scaffold and Mr. Freeze turns them into an ice cube. Who is this nutball? Yeah, that's Michael Paul Chan and Kimberly Scott, I believe. And they're both in this movie. So, okay, now we're getting to the whammy burger. Oh, so he did do the score to Mark for Death? Okay, I may have looked at the wrong thing, but so now we're at the whammy burger. So you said. Is that the manager? Nowadays, they would look at this guy and they would say, "Oh, he's being a Karen." Which reminds me, there was a story that happened recently where at a Popeyes, uh, they forgot this woman's biscuits. Like they forgot to put biscuits in the order, and this woman turned around and like crashed her car into the Popeyes over missing biscuits. The girl who works at the burger joint is Dee Dee Pfeiffer. Oh, really? That's Michelle Pfeiffer's sister? That's cool. Now, the guy here, the manager, Rick, I remember him from the X Files episode Genderbender. He was the main character in that episode. I think the character's name was Andrew, but yeah, I remember this guy. He was in that episode of the X Files. About the guy that can bend, their sex. He was the Amish character. Yeah, he's got a gun. Why is it always Popeyes where people have their freak out? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, are the biscuits that good that, where a woman turns around and, crashes her car into a Popeyes because they forgot her biscuits? I mean, Jesus. Yeah, it was an accident. It was an accident. The trigger sensitive. Why can't we get a whammy burger? Like I'm a little surprised that they didn't make a whammy burger or a Burger Barn. And that's from another film that came out in '93, What's Eating Gilbert Grape. So yeah, two movies where it features a burger joint, Whammy Burger, Burger Barn. Assassins is decent. Yeah, people are gotten crazier. This movie is so relevant today because if you go on TikTok and YouTube, people are always freaking out over something, whether it's at McDonald's, especially more at Walmart. Yeah, I mean, you look at some of these video reels of people having freakouts, at Jack in the Box or McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. And you have to think like what's going through this person's head to where Everybody's gonna have a phone, being recorded. Why would you make an ass out of yourself when you know that everybody's got one of these? Yeah, let's get Whammy Burger. Get rid of TikTok. This is where he talks about the thickness of the burger. Now we're at the scene where Robert Duvall is at the restaurant. Yeah, I recognize this other actress too. Um, yeah, Rachel Ticotin. Yeah, she was in Total Recall, Con Air, and I don't know why I didn't mention her before, but yeah, Rachel Ticotin from Total Recall. Did Arnold enjoy working with Schumacher on Batman and Robin? I mean, he got one of the biggest checks of his career, right? I mean, I know he got paid a lot of money for that movie, so I'm sure he loved the money. Like, how much did Arnold get paid for Batman and Robin? I know it was like, was it 20 million or whatever? It was a lot of money. Yeah, 25 million. Yeah, Arnold got paid 25 mil for doing Batman and Robin. At a local restaurant in my area, there was an accident, but a guy rammed into the restaurant at Freddy's. Wow. Yeah, something happened here recently at our Bojangles. Somebody ran into the wall, but I think it was an accident because it had happened like um, before last year, and they had just repaired the wall, and then something happens again. But I think it's like a handicap section, so I had to think that it was an accident. Yeah, they had good chemistry here in this movie. No, I haven't seen Unhinged. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy. And right now we're at the 48-minute and 38-second mark. And I love the look of the film too because it has this kind of like a hazy texture to the look of the film because it's LA. It's you can feel the heat of LA through the screen. Where nowadays everything is so digital and polished up. Like with this film, the way it looks and the texture of the film, it's not very clean, and I appreciate that. Like it's not a clean looking movie. You could tell that this is real locations, and it has a sort of like down and dirty kind of feel. Yeah, maybe one day I'll have to check out Unhinged. I've heard a lot about it. And I think we're getting to the scene where he goes to the surplus store. And I recognize this guy too, with the with the sign in the street where he's not economically viable. I recognize this actor. I'm trying to find him. Wasn't he in Die Hard 2? Like, there's a fight between John McClane and that actor. Yeah, I think he's in Die Hard 2. I forgot his name, but he's been in quite a few stuff. Yeah, Vondi Curtis Hall. Yeah, he was in Broken Arrow, and I think he was in Die Hard 2. Yeah, this is Michael Douglas. Even he admitted this is his favorite performance. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see, some similarities between First Blood and this movie. The Summer Heat is very poetic of where we are with society, yeah, with Michael Douglas's character. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think this is the part where he shoots up the payphone. The what? I think it's out of order. Yeah, I read that even Kirk Douglas said that this is his son's best performance. Oh, oh man. Sorry about that. Yeah, this scene right here, this is why I'm not a fan of that wife character of Tuesday Weld. Her character just comes off annoying in this film. Like, I would just hang up on her. Yeah. But yeah, I know I've seen that actor somewhere. Because I think him and John McClane, they have a fight in Die Hard 2 in the, like the baggage area. Ah, shut up. And I'm talking about the character, the wife. I am home planning your retirement, and that's over. The sooner you get that through your head, the better. I would have hanged up right there on that character. Even Robert Duvall's like, shut up. Yeah, I mean, Tuesday Weld, I haven't seen her in a lot of stuff, but her character in this is annoying. Yeah. Yeah, I think I prefer, like, between Falling Down and First Blood, I have to go with First Blood. But both are great movies. There is a Sir Mix-a-Lot baby back. Okay. Yeah, now we're at the surplus store. He's about to go in. Yeah, yeah, I was just reading a little bit of information about that. Like this was all happening during the LA riots. I mean, just imagine what they had to, what it took to film this movie. They had to, kind of work around that, all that was happening at that time. Now, this guy here in the surplus store, um, he's played by Frederick Forrest, and he was in Apocalypse Now. He was in The Conversation, and he was nominated for an Oscar back in 1979 for a film called The Rose, which I've never seen. And the guy is still around. I don't know if he's still acting, but he's up there in age. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I hate the wife in the movie. Have a nice day, fellas. And I was just looking at these two actors here that are in the store. Now, one of the men here, one of the gay men that is leaving the store, one of them played Harvey Stug in Batman Forever. Just looking at their filmographies. What about the Muff Divers? Think about it. This guy. And we're almost at the hour mark. I forgot. Yeah, like Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall, they don't meet until the very end. And sometimes I forget about that. So the scene where D-Fens, Michael Douglas's character, buys a snow globe was filmed next door to the Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid. I was just reading that in the trivia. Oh, wow. They were able to finish the film before the riots escalated. Michael Douglas said while he was driving to the airport, he saw the city burning and he just shook his head. That's crazy. Yeah, Dennis Hopper was considered to direct this. Imagine that. Yeah, because Dennis Hopper directed Easy Rider and um, Colors. Frederick Forrest was a good villain, and Where Are the Children, based on the book by Mary Higgins Clark. Never heard of it. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Yeah, this guy. I wonder what the box office was for this movie here. Yeah, yeah, these scenes right here. I mean, you get this is why this film would never be made today with this the surplus store owner. What kind of vigilante are you? Okay, you have the freedom of speech, the right to disagree. You want freedom, huh? I'll give you fucking freedom. So the film grossed 96 million against a $25 million budget. It took the top spot in the U.S. box office in its first 2 weeks of release, and it was pushed down by Groundhog Day into second place. So, yeah, the budget was 25 million. It made almost 100 million. So not a bad hit. Decent size hit. Yeah, apparently I was reading about that in IMDb, the trivia, or like right next to the dojo. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah. Yeah, he just stabbed him in the shoulder with a butterfly knife. I always thought that scene was a little weird, like the way he gets shot. Like he gets shot once and he kind of falls down a little bit, and then it's like he tries to stand back up, and he gets shot more times into the mirror. Like I don't know what it was. I mean, I just thought that was a little weird. Get this. Yeah, now we're at the 1 hour mark. Let's see, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds. But yeah, I love Robert Duvall. I mean, I'm glad he's still around. And you see him once in a while. I mean, I remember he was in The Judge, the Jack Reacher movie with Tom Cruise. He had a bit part in that. And I thought maybe I saw something like something recently with Robert Duvall, The Pale Blue Eye. Yeah, Hustle with Adam Sandler. He did that movie last year. So it's cool to see that Robert Duvall is still working, even at his age. I'm just looking at my phone here. This movie has gained a cult following even today. What songs named after and the character of Frank Grimes from The Simpsons is modeled after D-Fens. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe. I mean, this film is 30 years old now, and you think about other films that came out in '93. that are turning 30 or are soon going to turn 30, like, The Fugitive and Tombstone, Jurassic Park, The Sandlot. Like 1993 is one of my favorite film years. And Barbara Hershey, yeah, she's gorgeous. I love that billboard. This is the part where Robert Duvall is backtracking, doing a little bit of backtracking around the store, the store that Michael Douglas busted up. D-Fens. Wildman, I don't know if you were here when I talked about earlier, but apparently, like, there were some other actors that were considered for the Robert Duvall character, like Gene Hackman. Like Gene Hackman would have been really interesting to see go up against, Michael Douglas. Mr. Lee, defense. And this is the part where he's on the street and there's a big traffic jam. Michael Douglas just punches out the guy. I love that. Love that moment. He has the rocket launcher with him. What are you doing to the street? We're fixing it. Yeah, I got on the subtitles. Yeah, I guess so. Pardon me, but that's some bullshit. I don't think anything's wrong with the street. Don't you admit there's nothing wrong with the street? Nothing. I knew it. I knew it was fine. It's just great acting from Michael Douglas here. And I love this scene, yeah, here where the kid shows him how to operate the bazooka. I want to see if I could find this kid. Like, can I IMDb this guy? Even this kid actor here, I swear I've seen him somewhere before. Let me see here. Yeah, Valentino Harrison. He was in Boys in the Hood. He was in an episode of Martin back in the day, and that's it. Hocus Pocus came out the same year, and the actress Vanessa Shaw had a memory of the riots. And she just did the movie with Robert Duvall. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah. There's a GalaxyCon coming where I'm at in July, and I think like there's a few people that are going to be there. I mean, there's going to be more people that are coming, but I'm kind of waiting for more people to be dropped. You know, like in names and stuff. But yeah, that'd be cool. And I'm ready to go to another convention. Now, the mother here of D-Fens's character, you know, Michael Douglas here, the mother in this film is played by Louis Smith or Louise Smith. Yeah, she was in Twister. Okay, I remember her character. She was also in Minority Report, and she's still around. Was she the mom of Helen Hunt and Twister? Yeah, Gene Hackman would have been great in this movie. Yeah, this actress here plays the mom of Michael Douglas's character. I think she's the mother of Helen Hunt's character in Twister. Yeah, now we're getting into the golf course. We get into the golf course scenes in the film here. You have to deal with construction shit all the time. Yeah, I know how that goes. What are you doing there? Look at the way he's dressed. Would you get off my golf course? You should have listened to this other guy. Leave him alone. He's just passing through. Yeah, this is why these old guys on the golf course, I think they have a golf ball up their ass. He almost nails him with the golf ball. And he pulls out the gun. You trying to kill me with the golf ball? He shoots the golf cart. The guy's having a heart attack right there on the tee. And the cart goes right into the pond. It's such a it's a it's an effed up scene. I mean, the guy's having a heart attack and his pills are in the golf cart. The golf cart goes into the pond. I mean, nowadays, if you think about it, I mean, even aside from all the way society is now, I mean, if this film came out today, like let's say that this didn't come out in the '90s. Let's say if it came out today, everybody like in the city would have one of these. All they have to do is get video of our main character, Michael Douglas. All they have to do is get videos of this guy, and he would be caught in, a minute. He would probably be caught in seconds because of the way, technology has changed. The where we are now with technology, and everybody has an iPhone. You know, that's why that could be a big reason why. I mean, this could never be made today. I mean, it worked back then for this time because you didn't have all this technology. You didn't have iPhones. You didn't have TikTok. You didn't have Instagram. You didn't have, YouTube. Because this guy would be all over social media. If you just imagine, this guy would be all over TikTok. Everybody would have a video of this guy in the Whammy Burger or at the golf course or at a payphone or whatever. Walking around LA, he would be caught in 5 seconds. But that's why this movie worked back then for the '90s. It was, you know, way before this, the tech that we have now. And even you could tell with the mother character of, D-Fens's mother in the film, she's not all there. That she might be a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, the guy here having the barbecue, that's John Deal. And I remember him more so from Miami Vice. He was in Miami Vice. I forgot the character's name that he played in that. Um, what was his character's name in Miami Vice? I mean, he's been in other films too, but because I think he had a bit part in Jurassic Park 3. 3. Yeah, Zito, Detective Zito in Miami Vice. I guess I'm in the wrong racket. And this is another great scene here. showcasing his, performance. Michael Douglas, where he's with his family, hiding from the police. But I'm obsolete. I'm not economically viable. Let me see. I was just seeing what else came out around this time. Yeah, Best of the Best 2 would come out like a week later. Mad Dog and Glory, which I remember being okay. Fire in the Sky, another great movie. But we're at the 1 hour and 28-minute mark. So we're getting very close here to the end. If this movie was made today, people would riot in the theater. Yeah, they probably would. Like I said, their heads would explode. Yeah, I still need to check out Unhinged. I mean, it's kind of like this. I saw a trailer for a movie coming out with Russell Crowe where he's like a priest. It's like an exorcism movie. I mean, I'm not sure about it, but yeah, now we're getting close to the third act where Michael Douglas he's going after his wife, or he wants to. And the daughter, let me see, the daughter is played by. I'm about to go back to IMDb here. Joey Singer. I want to make sure I get. Yeah, the daughter in the film of Michael Douglas's character is played by Joey Singer, and she she right now she's one of the music. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know, right now the girl who plays the daughter in Falling Down of Michael Douglas's character. Right now, she's doing music. She's a music supervisor for the Velma TV show, and she's known for doing like a lot of music stuff, like music department. She worked on the Watchmen TV series, um, City on a Hill. She's kind of like a music supervisor, music department type of occupation. And she's worked on a lot of TV shows. John Deere was in Stargate. Ah, shut up. Manda, shut up. You hear me? Shut up. Yeah, he tells her. You don't have to bite my head off. Lady, you've been biting Robert Duvall's head off sporadically throughout the movie. Leave the skin on the chicken, all right? See, this is why I feel bad for Robert Duvall's character. He's on the brink of retirement. And he got his nagging wife, back at the house. When he getting home? When he getting home? So yeah, that's a great moment. Hey, Common Rider. Common Rider in the house. All right, so now I got to look up the stripper here, which is not really stripping. She's kind of like dancing. Susie the stripper is played by Susie Singer Carter. Oh, he punched the detective. And now he's watching home videos. Oh. Oh. Have you heard of All Things Must Go? No, never seen it. It's a documentary here on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah. I mean, he just wanted to see her. But I mean, the character's so far gone. I mean, he's already killed, you know, like two or three people, right, in the film. I mean, like I said, this at this time, this is why movies, I mean, like this, came out at a perfect time. Falling Down, The Fugitive, where not everybody had a cell phone. We weren't, we didn't have all this social media that we have now. Where back then you had movies like this, thrillers, where the characters had to go track down the other character or was on a pursuit. Nowadays with all this technology, surveillance, social media, like this is why I love movies like this. Before all this, you know, explosion of technology in the past, 10 years or more. This is why I love movies around this time period, because you didn't have all that stuff. I mean, this is right at the time the internet was kind of, starting out. I mean, this is 1993, but I mean, I'm not saying that thrillers can't work now, but it's just not the same. Films like this where it's like a cat and mouse. Like it just they can still make movies like this, like cat and mouse type of movies, but it's just not, it's not as the same. God bless the working stiffs. Yeah, we're at the part where he's on the pier. But yeah, I mean, I keep going back to, you know, to me, films like this. I mean, we could talk about how it would not be made today because of, people's, you know, the way social media is now and stuff. But the type of filmmaking, I mean, Joe Schumacher, did an amazing job directing this movie, and we just don't get films like this anymore. Where it's very character driven, strong performances, uh, at times, very suspenseful. That's not to say that we don't get, well made films or, really good films anymore, but there was just something more organic about the way films used to be made. I mean, you look at the way the film looks and the texture, it's not exactly, like I said earlier, a clean looking movie. The way that LA looks, and it has that kind of like hazy texture. This is great acting too from Robert Duvall. Yeah, I'm just kind of watching too here a little bit. I mean, we're getting towards the end of the film. Yeah, there's no way out now. What are your thoughts on live action Nickelodeon TMNT movies? Oh, you mean the ones by Michael Bay that Michael Bay produced? I've only seen the first one, and I thought it was garbage. I'm the bad guy? How did that happen? Is that why my chicken dinner's dried out in the oven? But I'm just watching two great actors here, having this final confrontation. For the people that are in the chat, what's your favorite Michael Douglas film? Is it this film or is it something else? Falling Down in Fatal Attraction. Yeah, Fatal Attraction's really good too. I would say my top three are Fallen Down's number one. Number two is Black Rain. And number three is The Game. Oh, he got shot. I would have got you. I was asking about what you guys' favorite Michael Douglas film. Is it Fallen Down or is it another film? Great score. Yeah, I think when the credits hit, I'll just probably stop it there. Fuck you, fuck you very much. Oh man. Whew. Yeah, the movie's about over, so that's it. Yeah. Again, great movie. My favorite Michael Douglas film. And happy 30th to Fallen Down. It's a well made film. Rest in peace, Joe Schumacher, who directed the film. And yeah, I mean, this was fun. I mean, again, I know this was unplanned, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for hanging in there. I had fun, going back and rewatching this film again. But yeah, thank you to everybody who hang in there. From Common Rider to Wild Man Beyond, Jamie, Junebug, um, yeah, Neopunk, Ryan, Daniel, yeah, Common Rider. But I'm about to sign off for now. Thank you guys for watching. And D-Fens! D-Fens!